I guess that was, is that towards Beek? Look, there's another one there. Look at, what the is that?
From Bigfoot sightings and ghostly apparitions to bioluminescent wonders and creepy cats, we've got a lineup that will make you question reality and rethink your next adventure. Our world is packed with mysteries. Bermuda Triangle, ghosts, aliens, Loch Ness Monster, the list goes on. Just when we think the Bigfoot legend is fading, a new video surfaces to reignite the debate. Here's the latest one. A trucker is driving through the countryside at night, his truck's headlights cutting through the darkness. It looks like he's passing a work site, with trees lining both sides of the road and scattered equipment and sheds. As the truck turns, the dashcam captures something eerie. I doubt the driver even noticed. Focus on the center of the screen, between those trees. Is that a large Sasquatch or something even more sinister? The video claims it's Bigfoot, but I'm not convinced. This thing looks way scarier. Encountering a Bigfoot is terrifying, sure, but this is next level horror. That face, that body, it's more like an evil ghost than Bigfoot. Regardless, here's another clip to add to the thousands that keep the Bigfoot mystery alive. Talking of sinister things, what do you think hell would look like? There's no accurate description, and for good reason. If someone provided a first-hand account of hell, two things would be certain. 1, they've returned from the dead. 2, they were such a horrible human being that they ended up in hell. While the second seems plausible, the first is highly unlikely. But here's a clip that might come close to depicting what hell could look like. I'm not sure where this place is, but to me, this is what hell would look like. A place where time stands still, and you stare into the abyss of nothingness. Those chains serve as a constant reminder that you are bound to suffer in this void for eternity. The light at the end of the tunnel teases you with the possibility of breaking free, but you can't escape these shackles. This hopeless hope only aggravates the misery. Yes, this is what hell will be. It won't consist of monsters and cruel punishments. It will be a torment where you are left to ponder all your evil deeds for eternity. Tell me there's something worse than this. I'll wait. Speaking of hell, have you ever wondered if the descriptions of hell in religious scriptures are true? The underworld, a deep pit, where the unredeemed dead and the evil spirits of the damned are left to torment for eternity. While I can't say for sure, here's a clip that might make you wonder if it could be. So, this person seems to think there's something important to show here. Why else would he be recording an underpass on a snowy night and filming a car coming out of the tunnel? Now, he's heading towards a house. Snow everywhere. He approaches a manhole. Okay, what are those sounds? I have no answer for what those sounds are, and that's what makes this so creepy. What could be in those manholes making such eerie noises? I've never encountered anything like this before. Is this the real-life version of it? Is there a Pennywise living in those sewers? If you encountered this, would you dare investigate? What do you think? Is the line between literature and reality blurring? Is Stephen King the creator, or are these noises from the dreaded underworld? While we're on the topic of the undead in movies, what are your views on zombies? Could zombies be real? While you ponder that, here's a video that might make you wonder if they could be. This was caught on a friend's trail cam on a ranch on private property. Now tell me that isn't a zombie. Look at it walk. I can't imagine a living person moving like that. And look at its torso and those thin limbs. Even in this grainy video, it looks half dead. But the most terrifying part is that it seems to be heading somewhere with a purpose. I just hope nobody crossed its path and it walked away into eternity. How many of us can say we came face to face with a mountain lion and came out unscathed? Well, this reporter did, and she didn't even realize it.
Moving into our live shot. I think it's a dog. I'm not sure. Anyway.
This reporter is live on the scene, covering flooding from Spring Lake, Utah County, in the middle of the night. During the broadcast, she stops and says a dog just walked in. That's no dog, lady. That's a mountain lion. She's continuing to report as the lion casually strolls around her. She has no idea how close she came to danger. I hope that if I ever find myself in danger, I'm as lucky as this woman was. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. If there was ever any doubt that we're living in a simulation, this video might put that question to rest.
Video that thing, Max.
I am. I got it.
Are you videoing it?
Yeah. Hold on. It is just sitting there. Alan, baby, watch the roof.
A couple is driving on a highway, and the man excitedly spots something in the sky and urges the woman to record it. What is it? Well, it looks like a glitch in the Matrix. You see this plane just motionless, hovering in midair. Tell me that isn't a glitch in the Matrix. And listen to the man. He says another plane just sitting in the sky.
Another plane just sitting in the sky.
Hold on, watch the roof. I got it,
Are
baby.
you freaking kidding me? That thing is just sitting there.
So, this is the second plane he's seen like this. This is baffling. Is there any logical explanation for this? I don't think this couple faked it. Could it be an illusion caused by the motion of the car and the plane? Unlikely, but possible. If this truly is a glitch in the Matrix, it could explain a lot of things we see on this channel. All could make sense if we're living in a Matrix. Our next clip is probably from India, as the man is speaking in Hindi and humming an Indian song. But what he captures is far from a Bollywood song or dance. It's something that will make you think twice before venturing into the wild alone. Our man is in a happy-go-lucky mood, walking through a stream in a jungle. It looks like he's all by himself. Then he hears a strange sound, pans his camera around, and captures this. I've never heard of Bigfoot sightings in India. Sure, there are claims of Yetis in the Himalayas, but this is a rainforest. So seriously, what was that? They do have black bears, but bears don't hide and stalk you. Whatever it was clearly stalking him. And when he spotted it, it tried to hide behind a tree. From what we could see, it felt like we captured a Sasquatch on camera. True to its nature, it was hiding and didn't want to be seen. Yes, there's always the possibility that it was a human in a costume, and this was all staged. But where's the fun in that? Our next footage is one of the most convincing pieces of evidence I've come across after watching thousands of clips on this channel about the existence of ghosts and spirits. This video is claimed to be from a Malaysian driving school. This couple seem to be wandering around the school after dark. They go into the building, checking for something. Nobody seems to be in the building apart from them. Then they walk to another building, a little farther away, and go into what looks like a conference room. It has a few long tables and many chairs. After talking for some time, the guy leaves the girl and goes to another room to get something. This is when the spooky stuff starts happening. See that door? There's nobody in the room apart from the guy. Yet the door is closing and stops halfway as he turns around to see what's happening. He's spooked but doesn't think much of it. Then things escalate. The 3 computers in the room turn on by themselves. Now our guy is starting to panic. The computers then turn off. After he has left, one of the sofas moves. Then the door slams shut and the lights go off. Okay, how do you explain that? This definitely isn't a staged video. One, if it is staged, the production value is on par with a movie studio. They'd have to rent out the entire facility, which would be mighty expensive. And this looked like one continuous shot, not a collection of clips. So how did they pull off chairs and tables flying in one continuous shot? This is real, and to me, this is one of the most credible videos I've come across. Any doubt I had about the existence of the supernatural vanished with just this one video. If you feel otherwise, change my mind. I'm all ears. This next video is a sight to behold and comes from Kenya. What you're seeing here isn't a bunch of pink helium balloons floating in the air. No, not at all. These are thousands of flamingos taking flight from a beach. A blanket of flamingos, if you will. Isn't this just stunning? Now, imagine how our planet looked 10,000 years ago, or even 50,000 years ago. What I mean is, imagine our world without human interference since the Industrial Revolution. How beautiful our planet must have been. Well, we can only wonder until someone invents a time machine. If there's any place where we should expect to see a lot of ghost videos, it would be the hospital. It's logical to think that a place where death is commonplace and a daily occurrence would be teeming with ghosts. Add to that the fact that most hospitals are full of cameras, and you'd expect a treasure trove of ghost footage. But that just doesn't seem to be the case. We only find a handful of ghost videos coming out of hospitals. However, here is a rare video from a hospital. Do you see that figure lurking in the room, playing hide and seek with our cameraman? That is no human being. For starters, it is translucent, and as it comes out, you can see the complete structure. So, is this what ghosts and spirits are? Translucent humanoid figures roaming the hallways for no reason? The aspect I find most astonishing about ghosts and spirits is why do we see so few of them? Considering the fact that more people have died in history than are alive today, our world should be full of ghosts and spirits. Yet, we only catch a glimpse every now and then. So just curious, what do you think is the criteria for a person to become a ghost after they are dead? Let us know in the comments. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Next up is a strange phenomenon that I'm not sure how to categorize. It could be natural, supernatural, or otherworldly. I have no idea. Let's get right into it.
The sun is not up there, so where's the light coming from? So the light came from the rocket?
Oh, it doesn't.
And it's getting brighter too, like it's a portal into us or something. That's what it looks like.
What is this strange blue light in the sky? It could be sun rays passing through the clouds, but it's a clear sky with very few clouds. If it were sunlight, the whole sky should be illuminated with that strange blue hue. Also, the lady recording says the sun isn't out yet. She thinks it might be the tail smoke of some kind of rocket, or perhaps a portal of some sort opening up in the heavens. What do you think it is? I won't rule out otherworldly sources. Just consider this. There are 100 to 400 billion stars in our galaxy alone, and probably just as many planets. And beyond that, there are 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. The idea that ours is the only planet with life? I'm not buying it. There is life out there. The only question is, are they here? Here's a scene straight out of a fantasy movie, but it's real. This person is swimming in bioluminescent water. I'm not sure why the water is bioluminescent, but it's magical to look at. The only thing missing is a crescent moon and stars in the background. Enough said. Let's just take a moment to enjoy this. What was the first living creature to time travel? It was Einstein on October 26, 1985. No, not Albert Einstein the scientist, Einstein the dog from the 1985 movie, Back to the Future. If you're a fan of that film, you'll appreciate a bit of creative liberty. Our next video also features a dog, but what it does is even crazier than movie time travel. It teleports on camera. Check this out. Did you see that? Watch closely. Focus on where the dog disappears behind the tree and where it reappears. Now tell me that isn't the first living creature to teleport, because I can't think of any other logical explanation. Also, notice how the dog looks kind of startled after it reappears, like it knows something weird just happened. If that dog didn't teleport, then we might be living in a simulation. And that was a glitch in the Matrix. Just like the earlier plane video we saw. Déjà vu? Next up, we have a real-life miniature monster from the depths of the ocean. The alligator snapping turtle.
Oh, it's quick.
Don't let its size fool you. When I say miniature monster, I mean it. This little guy is just a baby, but look at those ferocious reflexes and those tough, gnarly scales. Still not convinced it's a beast. Imagine this tiny terror growing up to 250 pounds. Now let's take it up a notch. Imagine it at a whopping 450 pounds. That's the size of the largest alligator snapping turtle ever recorded. Picture what a 450-pound turtle with that kind of ferocity could do to you. You'd be turtle chow in no time flat. There's a reason I always say, stay away from the ocean. My motto, dry and safe, folks. We seem to be encountering a lot of glitches in the Matrix today. The code must be corrupt, going haywire all over the place. Watch this. See that old man? Where did he come from? He was nowhere to be seen. And suddenly, He pops out of thin air on a highway. With vehicles moving that fast, there's no way he was just crossing the road and got lost in the bright lights. Or was he beamed up by Scotty, if you know what I mean? Imagine what could have happened if the car had run over him and this wasn't recorded on the dash cam. Scary to even think about. What do you think? Is this a glitch in the Matrix or something even stranger? Earlier, we had someone swimming in bioluminescent water. Now, we have someone walking in it. Does anyone know where this is? I'd be willing to break my dry and safe rule to try this just once. It looks absolutely magical, almost hallucinatory. There's something incredibly mesmerizing and oddly satisfying about it. Imagine the sensation of walking through a glowing, sparkling pathway, like stepping into a real-life fantasy. I can't be the only one who thinks this would be an unforgettable experience, right? I've seen a lot of scary stuff on this channel. Strange creatures, wild animals, ghosts, aliens, monsters, but I never thought cats would make it to the top of the scariest animals list. Watch this. This cat is chomping on a snake alive. No fear of getting bitten. No intention of killing it first. It just slowly munches on the snake bit by bit, while the snake tries desperately to get away. It never had a chance. This cat is a psycho, and I'll never feel safe around cats again. Is there a word for the fear of cats? Whatever that word is, I'm suffering from it. Let's shift gears and delve into something a little unsettling. This clip takes us to a hospital in Mexico during a quiet night shift.
Miren.
It's 3:25 in the morning, and a doctor working the night shift starts hearing strange noises. He decides to record what's happening. In the footage, watch closely as a medical box in the corner, seemingly untouched, suddenly topples over. There's no one visible in the room, yet the box falls as if pulled by an unseen force. The doctor, while clearly startled, remains somewhat composed. The unexplained activity doesn't stop there. Down the hallway, a medical trolley begins to move on its own. The video clearly shows no one pushing it. The doctor cautiously investigates, checking behind curtains and every nook and cranny. Every chair is empty, every space devoid of a human presence. He returns to his starting point and the trolley rolls again. This footage is undeniably eerie. The unexplained movement, the unsettling silence. It's hard to explain with logic alone. Are we witnessing something supernatural? Hospitals, with their association with life and death, are often seen as gateways to the unknown. Let's hope none of us ever encounters such activity on our own night shifts. Prepare for a glitch in the natural world. This video features a group of caterpillars engaged in the strangest conga line ever. Clearly, they're all following the leader, or so they think.
Amazing. They just follow the leader.
Observe this hypnotic sight. Each caterpillar seems determined to stay directly behind the one in front. But that's the problem. It seems they've accidentally created a loop, each caterpillar blindly following the one ahead. You can't help but wonder how long this loop has been going, or whether they ever figured it out. A few intrepid caterpillars finally break free of the pattern, but the rest remain locked in their parade. Who's gonna break the news that they're going absolutely nowhere? This bizarre footage reminds us that nature has a sense of humor. It's both hilarious and strangely mesmerizing. Perhaps there's a lesson here for us humans too. Sometimes we need to step back and make sure we aren't just following the crowd in circles. Let's take a step into the unknown. This next clip features some unsettling footage captured on a security camera. At first glance, it seems like a normal afternoon. A man exits a house, his shadow stretching out behind him in the sunlight. But then, take a closer look. A shadowy figure appears beside the man's shadow, seemingly mimicking his movements. It almost resembles a child holding hands and walking alongside him. The man continues on his way, completely oblivious to the presence beside him. This is where things get strange. How do we explain this anomaly? Can it be dismissed as a trick of the light? Or is there something more at play? This footage, paired with the video of the unexplained activity in the Mexican hospital, raises some intriguing questions. Do these clips hint at a reality beyond our understanding? Are we witnessing spirits or some other unexplained phenomenon? The truth remains a mystery. This clip serves as a reminder that the unseen can sometimes be unsettling, leaving us with more questions than answers. What do you think? Is there a logical explanation? Or is there more to this story? Again and again, I have been telling you guys how potentially dangerous camping in the wild can be, especially if we consider sundown. That place is haunted by a gigantic beast, which gets more strange every time it sees hunting camps in the woods. Check this out. As these hunters left their camp looking for bears around, they left a camera behind monitoring the camp, and this is what it recorded. The beast, also called Bigfoot by many, emerges from the trees and attempts to destroy the camp. It throws broken tree branches with all its might before leaving. The hunters were shocked to see all the mess when they came back, and they knew what had happened. As this terrifying video was uploaded on YouTube, it sent a loud and clear message to all the hunters. The notion that we have in mind of these creatures being shy is not right, and they can be deadly when the time comes. So it's better to stay away. Just imagine if you were there at the time this creature decided to pay a visit. Recorded in 2016, this video was anonymously posted on YouTube, and it features something that can be absolutely considered to be the stuff of nightmares. The man keeps saying that they heard someone screeching, and it was not anything like they have heard before. So he went down and out of the house to look if it was an animal in need of help or something, but instead found a creepy cryptid right on the roof staring back at him. It looked like a human with white straight hair, staring right at him. In seconds, the creature ducked back down and disappeared in the darkness. No matter how much the man tried, he could not find it again. The face of the creature reminds me of the rake, but it seems way too calm compared to the descriptions I have heard about. What do you think? Uploaded a couple of years ago by a YouTuber who has made the goal of his life to track Bigfoot and to prove to the whole world that they exist. But once as he was tracking the trail that he found, he somehow got too close to the beast and in the process ended up pissing the beast off. As he moved his flashlight and the camera towards where the creature was, the two glowing eyes stared into his soul and he knew he had messed up. If we look into it closely, we can clearly see that the creature was ready to pounce upon the man and get done with him once and for all. However, the guy ran for his life, and luckily the creature did not follow him around. Personally, I would have dismissed this clip by saying it could be some car's headlights, but after the editing of the footage, we can clearly see the creature moving its head towards the man, so they have to belong to a deadly creature. We can also see the size of the creature. It looks to be massive. This video was uploaded on TikTok with a guy claiming he saw this weird thing when he was out with friends late at night. He had no idea what the insect was, so he uploaded it in order to see what others had to say. It looked like a praying mantis trying its best to mimic a scorpion. The video sent a wave of shock and weirdness on everyone who saw it. For some, it was a mix between some saw-trap bug and a scorpion, while for others, it was a bug straight out of hell. I had this clip for weeks and was looking around what this might be, but was not able to find out. Do any of you know what this thing is? They say soldiers who die while protecting their country never really die. These guys were out driving late at night when one of them saw something on the bench in front of them. It looked like someone was sitting there, but it was not clear. As the car moved on, they saw it was not a real person, but a ghost of a man. Before this clip was recorded and uploaded, many people had reported seeing a soldier in uniform sitting on the bench, as if waiting for someone, and it will not be a coincidence that the bench was right next to a war memorial built years ago. The soldier probably came there every night in search of his loved ones, and in the hope that he will get to see them one day. Imagine coming to your home, but before you enter the house, you see a weird sight, a creepy crawling creature right on the roof, looking at you. As you start filming, the creature hides behind the roof, only for it to reappear on the ground right in front of you. Well, this is exactly what happened to this man a couple of years ago in Brazil. As he uploaded the clip on the internet, he claimed this was an alien he saw and recorded on his camera. The clip received mixed reactions from people, from some claiming it being real to others thinking the video is fake and edited. For me, the video does look like it is edited, because if it isn't, should we start believing that the aliens are roaming on Earth without anyone noticing? Or could it be another cryptid? This video dates back to 1999 from Norton Hall, a daycare for old people. A group of care workers were continuously hearing weird sounds, which according to them sounded like a cat. They tried finding where the cat was, but they couldn't. However, one night when the cat was heard meowing way loudly than before, they decided to leave a laptop with a webcam on to see if it could catch the animal in need of help somehow. And what the camera recorded was a cat, but not a real one. Instead, a ghost cat was the animal they could hear the cries of. According to the people, that night, one person died there at the age of 99, and he was known to be the ultimate cat lover and even had a cat shelter. After that night, no one ever heard any cat crying for help ever again. Could it have been the spirit of a cat he cared for in his life, coming to visit him one more time, perhaps coming to help him into the afterlife? Most of the time, we have seen bears being outrun by hikers or snowboarders. However, if those clips make you think that if you ever encounter a bear, you can easily outrun it, then let me tell you, that is a wrong assumption you are making there. Watch this clip where we can see a grizzly bear sitting peacefully. However, in a minute, it starts running around, possibly trying to scare the animals around it or to catch one. And we can see how fast the bear hopping around in the long grass like no big deal. As a matter of fact, bears can run at a speed of 42 kilometers or around 30 miles per hour. So leave whichever thought you had in mind of outrunning a bear, because not even Usain Bolt with his top speed can do that. Your best bet if you don't have pepper spray is to either scare it or play dead. Recorded in 2015, the tragedy for this intruder unfolds as he jumps off the wall into the backyard of this house. He had no single idea what was about to happen. With his evil intentions, he was all in for looting whatever he gets his hands on. After minutes of looking around and seeing how everything is locked up with chains, he starts moving towards the front of the house to see if there was anything there he could steal. However, that's when one of the big dogs spots him and comes into action. The man tried his best to get away from the dog, from pushing it and kicking it away. To me, it even looks like the dog is not even giving his best. He's just pulling him a bit, while the other's dogs stand aside for most part. After minutes of struggle, he managed to get above a cart where the dog couldn't reach him and cried for help. This clip was recorded in 2019, and it shows how in the middle of the road, a man is seen standing completely still, as the cars moving on the road have to stop and turn around to avoid the man. He just stands there without even blinking or moving an inch from his spot. According to the men who were in the car, it was enough to give anyone a heart attack, as it was quite late at night, and to encounter that, anyone will think of it as a ghost or something. I am not sure what his deal is. Was the guy trying to scare people? Some people had said it is a cardboard made so that drivers slow down, but it is one of the most realistic ones I've seen, if that's the case. Sometimes even the smallest of fellas can prove to be the strongest. For instance, in this clip, when a burglar jumped from a wall into this house's backyard, he had the intention of stealing whatever he could from the house. After examining the backyard for a few seconds and not finding anything, he moved on to the front of the house in the hopes of getting his hands on something valuable there. However, the little doggo that was following him around all this time sensed that the man did not have good intentions. So, it started barking at him and chased him around to the wall where he had jumped in from. The man, not knowing what else to do and fearing being caught, ran for his life and did not stop until he was far, far away from the reach of the dog. The owner later found the video and could not be any more grateful for the dog. Most of the time, we see humans being chased by bears in the wild. But what will happen if a bear somehow ends up in the middle of lots of humans in the village or the city? Well, this clip will give you all your answers. As this bear wandered off from the wild into the village and found itself surrounded by a number of humans, it freaked out, which is a very normal reaction for the animals. And during all that, it ended up chasing a man, getting on top of him, and running away without harming him, all due to the noises and the charging humans he could see everywhere. As the video ended right there, I have no idea what happened to the bear, and if it made it out alive or not. The quick action of the men charging towards the bear might have saved the man's life. I bet that will be an amazing story to share later on. This man saw an unusual sight and recorded it, so he can share it with the world later. A bird was seen stuck in the middle of the air. It looked like something just stopped that bird when it was flying in the air. There were no ropes or strings in sight that we could assume the bird would be hanging on. It was literally just floating. Not just the man, but the whole internet was shocked, unable to believe what they were seeing was real. Could it be another glitch in the Matrix? Or are there more mysteries in the world that humans haven't resolved yet? A man shared this video on his Facebook profile, asking his friends and followers for answers about his terrifying encounter. At the start of the video, we can see a creature both terrifying and strange pouncing around in the backyard. It's really aggressive towards the man, and you can hear hissing sounds from it. At a quick glance, it might look like a weird bat or ray fish that ended up in the wrong place. But if you look closely, it has hands and legs all connected by thin wings, and even little horns on its head. It's like a creature that comes right out of hell. Even the dog in the video doesn't seem brave enough to go near this frightening thing, would you? Only when it's nighttime and when there's no one around, except for the deep forests and empty road, that's when the unknown emerges. This footage unfolds from a car's rearview camera capturing a desolate forest road. While the car is reversed on the road, everything appears typical at first. Until it suddenly isn't. During the reverse, a young woman inside the car catches sight of something in the distance. It's a shadowy figure that seems to be slowly moving. However, as the girl noticed closely, the figure was moving nowhere except towards the car. This figure begins a gradual approach, then picks up pace, hurtling toward the car. As the figure gets close, as any sane person will do, they press on the gas pedal and speed away. Up close, you can see the figure's long arms and big body that look a lot like a Bigfoot. But I'm not quite sure if that's a Bigfoot or cryptid or just some crazy man. It gives you a creepy feeling to think about what could have happened if the car didn't manage to get away in time. The forest cam was supposed to capture coyotes in the wild, but instead it caught something much scarier and unsettling. The video shows the view of forest bushes at night. After a while, the camera captures something lurking in the darkness. A strange creature emerges from the shadows and crawls toward the camera in a creepy manner. As it gets closer, its face becomes visible, and it's not like any creature we know. It has big wildcat ears and a big wolf-like body, but what's really unsettling is its face. Its facial features resemble a human. What do you think it was? Being a parent brings worries, and leaving your child alone at home is one of the biggest concerns. That's why lots of parents put nanny cams around the house to keep an eye on them when they're not there. However, this parent did the same but ended up finding something else to worry about. This video comes from a nanny cam. You can see a child leaving a room and then heading back towards it. But here's where it gets strange. As the child is going back into the room, we see the head of what looks like another child peeking out from behind the sofa and then going into the room. Sounds normal, right? Well, it would be if there were actually two kids at home. But the truth is, the child was alone in the house and was the only child. So, who was the second boy? Was it really a child, or was it something far more sinister and unholy? After this incident, the parents decided to never leave their child alone at night again. A man was wandering through a deep forest, God knows for what reason, when he stumbled upon a well that was all blocked up. In the video, you can see the well covered with logs, but when the man records a look inside, he gets the shock of his life. A creepy face is staring right back at him from the depths of the well. This sight makes the man sprint away in fear. When we get a closer view of the face in the well, we can see its eerie details. Glowing purple eyes and a skull-like appearance that sends shivers down the spine. Could someone be pulling a prank on him? Or maybe it's a part of some strange ritual by a group. Or is it something beyond explanation? Whatever it is, my advice is to never, ever look inside a blocked well again. This video was posted by a man on TikTok in which he was out exploring a field of bushes at night. He used night vision to see clearly in the recording. While he was recording and moving through the bushes, he spotted something ahead. It looked like a creature that's kind of like a human, but it was bent over and doing something in the bushes. When the person zooms in on the creature notices and suddenly looks right at him. This freaks the person out, and they start running away. At first glance, the strange creature looks like a tall and skinny person, hunched in the bushes. But when you take a closer look, its bent back and long, curved neck make it even creepier. That hunched back, long neck, and those glowing eyes all remind you of something like a skinwalker. But let's hope it's not actually one of those. While a forest ranger was out observing the forest and its inhabitants, as he was recording, he unexpectedly came across a gigantic Bigfoot-like creature in the distance. This big creature was only seen walking for a few seconds before disappearing behind the trees. Some people might say it could be an ape just going for a walk. But if you look closely at how it's walking on two legs, it's different. Apes can stand on two legs. But the way this creature is moving with that posture in the video doesn't match up with how an ape would do it. Moreover, this creature is enormous. Its body is so big, especially when you compare it to the trees around it. It also has long arms and a thick black coat of fur, just like what we'd expect from a Bigfoot. The way it walks and posture even looks kind of human. So, in my opinion, this might actually be a real sighting of a Bigfoot. What do you think? This video starts with a chilling narrative detailing how authorities were dispatched to a forest to investigate a disturbing incident involving an alleged Bigfoot that reportedly killed and consumed a man. To aid their search, they install a trail camera in the snowy, mountainous forest. The first footage captured by this camera reveals a large, black, hairy creature moving between the trees. Despite the snow and distance, the image is reasonably clear, showing the creature standing on two legs, resembling the legendary Bigfoot. The video then transitions to a second piece of footage featuring two deer. Initially, the deer appear calm, but gradually, one becomes increasingly agitated and nervous, as if sensing a looming threat. This video, with its apparent sighting of a creature resembling Bigfoot and the subsequent behavior of the deer, leaves an unsettling feeling. The idea that something so mysterious and potentially dangerous could be lurking in the forest makes me think twice before I decide to go camping. In this video, a man films the peak of a towering mountain. As he zooms in, the camera reveals a surprising sight atop the mountain, a large black figure, its size and shape evoking the image of the legendary Bigfoot. The figure's presence on the cloud, enshrouded peak, adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to the footage. The contrast between the distant lofty peak and the striking silhouette of the figure is striking. Watching this, one can't help but feel a sense of unease mixed with fascination. The possibility of such a creature like Bigfoot existing in such remote and inaccessible places stirs the imagination and curiosity. In this video, a man is hiking through a forest, likely in autumn, as indicated by the leafless trees. He spots a black, hairy creature off the side of the path, piquing his curiosity. Intrigued, he follows the figure with his camera as it crosses the path, moving calmly and seemingly unaware of being observed. The creature walks on 2 feet, adding to the mystery. As the man continues to film, he momentarily loses sight of the creature among the trees, but persists and manages to recapture its image. This peculiar detail leads to speculation about the creature's identity. The calm demeanor of the creature, especially in the presence of a human, is intriguing. It doesn't exhibit any predatory behavior, which casts doubt on the idea of it being a dangerous entity like a dogman. This raises questions about the authenticity of the video. The footage leaves an unsettling feeling. Is that really the best footage to date of a real dogman, or is it fake? In this video, captured by a trail camera in a forest at night, we see an intriguing and somewhat eerie image. The camera records a large, hairy creature lurking among the trees, its 2 eyes shining in the darkness. The creature's size and appearance evoke the image of Bigfoot, a legendary figure in folklore. The forest's nocturnal setting adds a mysterious aura to the footage, with the creature's glowing eyes intensifying the sense of mystery. It's difficult to determine exactly what the creature is due to the limited visibility and the camera's position. Watching this video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially with the creature's resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. It's a reminder of how much remains unknown about the natural world, particularly in the depths of the forest at night. This video narrates the chilling story of a man named Jeff who went solo camping and mysteriously vanished. His personal items, such as his wallet, medical inhaler, and camera, were later discovered in the forest. Intriguingly, the camera contained footage from the night Jeff disappeared. In the footage, Jeff captures a large humanoid figure with no discernible face. The figure abruptly vanishes, sparking Jeff's curiosity to venture deeper into the forest in search of it. The video then cuts off, leaving the fate of Jeff unknown. The footage, especially with the sudden appearance and disappearance of the strange figure, makes me really nervous. It leaves me with questions about what Jeff might have encountered in the forest that night. In this dramatic video, someone films from the street as a building is engulfed in flames, with thick smoke pouring out of the shattered windows on the fire-ravaged floor. Amidst the chaos and concern, a startling moment occurs. A cat is seen leaping out of a fifth-floor window. Remarkably, the cat lands on all 4 feet, a testament to its agility and survival instinct. The sight of the cat making such a daring escape and surviving is both shocking and impressive. Cats are known for their ability to land on their feet due to their highly developed vestibular system, but a leap from such a height is extraordinary. In this video from a home security camera, we witness an unusual nighttime intrusion. A bear breaks into a house and heads straight to the kitchen, the sacred haven of food. The bear sniffs around, clearly on the hunt for a snack, and eventually zeroes in on the fridge, opening the fridge with surprising ease. The bear rummages through, but seems uninterested in its contents. It then proceeds to search the drawers and cabinets, continuing its quest for food. This footage of a bear exploring a kitchen is both fascinating and unnerving. The ease with which the bear navigates the human space, searching for food, is a stark reminder of the adaptability and intelligence of wildlife. I would be terrified to wake up with a bear inside my kitchen during the night. In this chilling video, a policeman is recording while driving on a road at night when he notices a figure in the distance. Initially, it's unclear what the figure is. But as the policeman approaches with his car, the figure becomes more distinct. It appears to be a human, possibly a woman, draped in a white cloak and holding a stick. The sight is deeply unsettling. The policeman, visibly frightened, stops the car and starts yelling, attempting to drive the figure away from the street. However, the situation escalates as the figure, instead of moving away, starts running aggressively towards the car. This reaction sends the policeman into a panic, causing him to drive backwards frantically. As the video concludes with the figure at the side of the car and the policeman's terrified screams, it leaves a haunting impression. The figure's behavior and appearance in the desolate road at night evoke thoughts of something supernatural, possibly a witch, adding a layer of fear and mystery to the encounter. This video, captured by a street surveillance camera, shows a young boy playing alone in a park, surrounded by trees. Suddenly, the calm scene takes a dramatic turn when a dog appears, chasing a bear. It becomes clear that the bear had been dangerously close to the unsuspecting child, and the dog's intervention potentially saved the boy from a hazardous encounter. The presence of a bear so close to a child is alarming, and the dog's quick response is both brave and crucial. The bear, seemingly startled by the dog, is driven away from the park area. The footage leaves a lasting impression of the unexpected nature of wildlife encounters, especially in areas frequented by people. This incident could have taken a much more dangerous turn, if not for the timely intervention of the courageous dog. This video, though cute, leaves an unsettling feeling about the increasing interactions between wildlife and residential areas. It makes me wonder what is going on and why are these encounters so frequent. This video, captured by a garage surveillance camera, shows a startling and unusual animal encounter. A man is seen working on a project at a table in his garage, seemingly occupied with his task. Unexpectedly, a squirrel enters the garage, and in a surprising turn of events, it aggressively attacks the man, leaping onto his face. The man quickly reacts, removing the squirrel and fleeing, visibly injured from the encounter. Squirrels are generally known for being skittish and keeping a distance from humans, making this aggressive behavior highly unusual and concerning. This incident, where a typically timid creature like a squirrel launches an attack, is indeed alarming. It suggests an unusual shift in the behavior of wildlife, perhaps indicating stress or confusion in their natural environment, probably caused by humans. In this intriguing video, filmed from the perspective of a driver on the road, we witness an unexpected and baffling event. The driver is following a heavy tonnage truck, when suddenly the truck makes a swift turn, as if trying to avoid something. Initially, the reason for this abrupt maneuver is unclear. However, the mystery deepens as the camera reveals a man in a lab coat appearing seemingly out of nowhere on the right side of the truck. The suddenness of his appearance raises questions, as he was definitely not visible before. This unusual occurrence gives the impression that the man might have teleported onto the road, although this seems far-fetched. The video leaves me with a strange feeling, primarily due to the inexplicable appearance of the man in the lab coat. The incident seems to defy logical explanation, adding a sense of wonder and unease. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera in an office, we observe a typical work scene. A man is engaged in a video conference when suddenly his demeanor changes. He appears startled and begins to look around anxiously, as if he's heard something alarming. The calm of the office is abruptly shattered when a squirrel unexpectedly jumps into the room, causing a chaotic reaction. The man, clearly terrified, responds with a scream, grabs a bat, and jumps onto his desk in a frantic attempt to avoid the small intruder. The video captures the humorous yet startling effect a small animal like a squirrel can have when it enters an unexpected environment like an office. This video, recorded by surveillance cameras inside a house, captures a series of eerie occurrences that suggest a paranormal presence. The first footage shows a girl playing with her dolls. Notably, in the corner of the room, another doll dressed in a purple dress with two ponytails exhibits strange behavior. Its head slowly moves on its own, stirring questions about a possible ghostly presence in the house. In the second footage, taken in a different room, the same girl is seen doing her homework. Initially, papers on the table start moving abruptly, startling the girl and causing her to flee the room. Upon her return, the unexplained movements resume. Papers flutter again, her pencil box falls to the floor, and the table begins to shift by itself, as if manipulated by an unseen force. The incidents in this video, particularly the unexplained movements of inanimate objects, leave an unsettling impression. It suggests the presence of a ghost, seemingly intent on making its presence felt. As a hiker ventured deeper into the forest, a mysterious sight halted him in his tracks. Heart racing, he fumbled for his phone, ready to capture the uncanny scene that lay directly in front of him. The camera's focus shifts, revealing an enigmatic figure with an oddly shaped head gazing downward as if sensing something beyond the trees. But what is weird is that this creature seems to walk on two and looking around in a human-like manner. Yet we can clearly see it's not human. Suddenly, it straightened, revealing its towering stature and massive hunched back that set it apart from any known creature. Emerging from the trees, it paused, its watchful eyes scanning the surroundings once more before its gaze slowly turned, locking onto the direction of the hiker. Time seemed to stand still as the hiker's fear clashed with his determination to remain hidden. The creature's intense gaze held him captive, his heart pounding in his chest. Then, as if breaking a spell, the creature averted its gaze and continued its silent journey through the woods, disappearing from view and bringing the video to an eerie close. While much about the video remains a mystery, the creature's behavior hints at a deliberate avoidance of being seen, shrouding itself in an air of unsettling secrecy. Residents of a small town in Asia reported that at night, they heard sounds coming from an abandoned cave a few kilometers away from the town. So one night, they decided to search the cave to find out the cause of the strange sound. But upon entering the cave, they found something very disturbing. They caught sight of a woman on all four limbs, and as they approached her, she began making her way towards them in a very frightening manner. Her face was pale white, and her eyes were very chilling to look into. But the most terrifying thing was the way she crawled towards them. The people were terrified and confused about what the old lady was doing in the abandoned cave, why she was on her four limbs, and if she was the one making the strange sounds they heard at night. This video was uploaded to TikTok by a biker named Josie Maria. He and his pals decided to go for a bike ride on a dirt road one night. They were having fun cruising along when something really spooky got caught on Josie's camera. In the video, Josie breaks away from the biker in front and takes a different path. But as he turns onto this narrow trail, his bike's light shines on something in the middle of the road. It's quick, like a blink, and you'll miss it moment. But what he saw was super creepy. It looked a lot like a woman wearing a black gown with long brown hair covering her face. And because it was so late at night, some folks might think it could be a ghost. Sure, there might be people saying it was just a tree trunk or something, but the way Jose reacted right away shows he wasn't so sure about that. What do you think? Could it have been something spooky? In a quiet house, a woman was alone with her dog when suddenly the lights went out, leaving everything dark. She was puzzled by the problem and heard a noise outside. Armed with a flashlight and her phone, she went to investigate and found something unexpected. When she looked out of the window, she saw her gate opening and closing on its own, even though there was no wind. She got curious and looked around for an explanation, and that's when she spotted something really scary. With her flashlight, she aimed it towards the gate and saw what seemed like a person in black clothes staring back at her. Imagine being alone in the dark with a strangely dressed person outside your gate. That would give anyone goosebumps. The woman was scared too, but she needed to be sure of what she saw. So she got a brighter flashlight, and when she returned, something weird happened. Instead of the person, she saw a black cat in the same spot. But she was convinced she had seen a person, so she kept looking. And then, on the other side of the gate, she saw the same figure in black clothes. She got really scared and quickly turned off her flashlight. At that moment, she heard 3 loud bangs on her door. The video ends there, and we don't know what happened to the woman that night, but it feels like something you'd see in a scary movie. When cops find some human remains in the woods, they shut the place for everyone after they were done investigating. Weeks later, a trail camera set near the place recorded this terrifying clip. A beast which at first sits staring at the camera, later gets its frustration out on the tree branches nearby. When the cops found the footage, they knew who to blame for the deaths of the humans that had been recorded in the area. However, even after searching for days, they couldn't find anything. There are skeptics saying this is fake, a human in disguise, but to me, it looks too good for it to be a costume. But then, where did it hide exactly when the cops were on the lookout? What's your opinion on this? Recorded and uploaded in 2013, this absolutely terrifying clip had everyone who watched this in shock. In the middle of the night, this CCTV camera mounted in front of a house recorded a ghost wandering around. The ghost, which looked like a man covered in a white sheet, almost like a smoke figure or something, appeared and walked towards the direction of the camera before disappearing into thin air. The video, when uploaded, received a ton of mixed comments from people. Some disregarded it completely by calling it fake, while others said it could be real. According to the guy who uploaded the clip, this was the most terrifying thing his camera had ever recorded, and the fact that a person in his family had died recently makes it a lot scarier. Was it the same person who had died? Or was the video really edited? I guess we might never know. This clip was recorded by a YouTuber who has his life devoted to just one thing: finding Bigfoot. For years, he has been trailing down the creature and has been able to find multiple video evidences that actually show everyone how they might really be true. Take this clip for instance. The guy was on one of his Sasquatch sprees when he saw a weird creature a little far from him. Taking his camera out as he zoomed into the being, he could see it was a gigantic human-like figure standing straight in the middle of all those trees.
The tree stands still there.
The figure had dark fur covering its body and a human-like posture as well. All this made it perfectly fit the definition of a Sasquatch. However, if there was a Sasquatch so close to the man, that meant there was danger too, so he ended the video and thought it better to just run to safety. Some said that that is not Bigfoot due to the fact that during the whole clip, the figure did not move at all, that it could be some weird tree branch or any other object. Do you think the same? People have been believing in ghosts forever, but times when someone has actually seen the ghosts are very rare. However, these people who were out on a foggy night, enjoying the winter season, when they sensed that there was someone standing in the middle of the road, it did not take long for the figure in the fog to become slightly clear, and they could see it was moving around the road. Unable to make out if it was a real human or a ghost, they stopped the car and waited. However, it didn't take long for the figure to start moving towards the car, which freaked all of them out. And they decided to reverse the car and drive away. For me, it does look like a ghost. If nothing else, and it is in fact just a man, this does not make it any less creepy. Recorded in 2021 by another guy who has spent years of his life on finding Bigfoots, and this time he came upon a jackpot. A huge shelter in the middle of the woods, somewhere in Canada, is what he saw. Knowing that he will find some concrete evidence here, he mounted his trail camera on the tree nearby and left after recording a good bunch of videos of the shelter. As he returned the next day to see what was going on there, he saw broken trees everywhere. Shocked at what might have resulted in this situation, he took his camera and went back. At home, he found that the trail camera had recorded a couple of pictures and clips of the beast responsible for all the destruction and living in that shelter. It was a huge being with a body completely covered with black fur and a walk like a man. According to the man, this beast was feeding on rotten flesh of the animals and has been destroying trees in other places as well. And personally, this looks real to me as well. Ever seen those creatures from Greek mythology with multiple heads? Well, this video from India gives that a whole new twist. Except this time, it's a goat.
मार्बल जो है ना वो नहीं था मामला, फिर उनको बुलाया तो ये टेढ़ा हो गया था, तो वो तो पहले था हुआ था, वो तो सही निकला, ये बट ये सब डबल था ना, अटका हुआ था.
This footage comes straight from an Indian village where a truly bizarre goat was born on a farm. Instead of the usual single head, this goat had two heads joined together. The farmer in the video explained that the mommy goat had given birth to baby goats, first with a normal kid, and then with this two-headed wonder. The cameraman then pans to show the mommy goat, where we can see the contrast between the two births. One fine, the other conjoined. Throughout the video, the baby goat remains lying down, but it shows occasional movements, indicating it's still hanging on. Now, this could be a result of some kind of birth defect or genetic mutation, which often has a tough impact on the animal's quality of life. Here's hoping this little goat receives all the care and attention it needs from the farmers. This video from Jordan Creek showcases a group of friends who stumbled upon a blood-sucking alien-like fish while out fishing. And let me tell you, it's downright terrifying.
Yo, we just caught a lamprey in the Jordan Creek right now. Look at that dude. Oh my gosh, guys.
What you just witnessed, resembling something straight out of a monster movie, was captured by a duo of friends at Jordan Creek. In the video, one friend is seen holding this strange alien-like creature in his hands, while the other records it. This thing has a long, elongated eel-like body with a funnel-like sucking face at one end. And let's talk about its mouth, that picture the cameraman took. Creepy doesn't even begin to describe it. It's lined with multiple rows of teeth, reminiscent of those giant worms from the Dune movie. But wait, don't pull out your hair in fear yet, because this creature isn't extraterrestrial. It's a known aquatic being called a lamprey. Lampreys are jawless fish characterized by their toothed, funnel-like sucking mouth. They use this unique mouth to attach to their host and suck out blood and body fluids until they're full. So, while it may not be an alien, it's definitely not something you'd want to encounter while swimming. This next clip caused quite a stir on TikTok, with folks losing their minds over what was captured. A guy enjoying his beach trip stumbled upon something truly bizarre. A tiny skeleton washed up on the shore. As he started recording, he couldn't resist picking up this skeletal marvel. What he held in his hand was like a mashup of a tiny human and a fish. It had a humanoid skull, ribcage, and long arms, but with a fish-like tail for a lower body. Also, it was tiny, like 8 or 9 inches long, barely the length of the guy's arm. Now, the speculation began. Some say it resembled a baby mermaid. You know, those mythical creatures with a mix of human and fish traits. The guy who found it claimed that beachgoers were absolutely spooked by the discovery. Whatever it was, one thing's for sure. It's probably better off staying underwater. The unsettling footage from Sarawak has sparked curiosity and concern among netizens who are eager for answers. The footage was captured by local farmers as they stumbled upon a truly bizarre-looking creature wandering through their fields. Intrigued, they started recording, and as soon as the creature noticed them, it bolted. Now, let's talk about this creature. It's like nothing you've seen before. Imagine a weird blend of a hippo and a dog. And the way it moved, well, let's just say it seemed to be dealing with some serious birth defects. Instead of striding confidently, like most animals, it struggled to walk, almost as if it was crawling rather than using its legs properly. Now, I'm no expert, but it's clear this critter is facing some unique challenges. The big question on everyone's mind: what on earth is this creature supposed to be? If you've got any ideas, drop them in the comments below, and let's get this mystery solved. In this captivating video, a man is filming in the dense woods of the Georgia mountains. As he explores, he unexpectedly comes across a large, brown, hairy creature walking on two legs, reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. The creature moves calmly and seemingly unaware of being filmed, navigating through the trees with a sense of purpose. The video offers a few seconds of zoomed-in footage. The resemblance to Bigfoot is striking, raising questions and excitement about the possibility of an actual sighting. In my personal opinion, seeing a video like this, especially if you often walk in the woods, can be quite unsettling. The thought of coming across a creature like Bigfoot, even if just a remote possibility, adds a sense of unease and mystery to any forest adventure. In this surveillance video, we witness a scene on a sidewalk during the late evening or night. The footage shows a man walking, with another man trailing a few meters behind. The setting is quiet, the street dimly lit. Suddenly, the man in front stops, and at that precise moment, the man behind him reaches out and touches his shoulder, prompting him to turn around. This simple act of intervention miraculously saves him from being hit by what seems to be a truck's back door, swinging open unexpectedly. What makes the video truly intriguing is what happens next. The man who did the saving disappears just as suddenly as he appeared. It's as if he had some foreknowledge of the impending danger, although there's no clear way he could have seen it coming. This video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially considering the mysterious disappearance of the man who intervened. It's as if he was there at the right moment for just the right reason, and then vanished into thin air. Do you believe in such coincidences? In this intriguing video, a woman is filming her family's shooting practice in a wooded area in the mountains. Her child and husband are aiming at bottles, creating a typical outdoor recreational scene. Above them, the distinct sound of a helicopter circling can be heard, adding a layer of curiosity to the setting.
Try.
You got it.
You gonna try the shotgun?
It's unclear what the helicopter is searching for, but its presence suggests something out of the ordinary. As the family continues their activity, the camera captures something unexpected in a snowy area a bit further from them. A large brown hairy creature is seen darting from one tree to another, seemingly trying to hide. Its appearance and movements closely resemble those commonly associated with Bigfoot. Watching this video, I can't help but feel a sense of unease, wondering about the true nature of the creature and why the helicopter was in the area. In this nighttime surveillance video, we first see the exterior of a house where a bear unexpectedly approaches, getting alarmingly close. The scene then shifts to an interior camera, showing a man asleep on the couch. He is suddenly awakened by a noise, the sound of the bear opening the door. Startled, the man stays put, trying to make sense of the situation. The bear, displaying unusual boldness, enters the house a second time, this time sticking only its head through the now open door. At this moment, the man realizes what's happening. He springs into action, turns on the lights, and bravely confronts the bear. Through his efforts, he eventually manages to persuade the bear to leave. This encounter is both bizarre and unsettling. Bears are known to venture close to human habitats, but entering a house is particularly audacious. In this video, a man is filming an expedition inside a dense jungle with a group of companions. One of them, positioned ahead, is preparing to cut something from a tree. Suddenly, without any warning, a gorilla bursts out from behind the tree, startling everyone in the group. The gorilla stands its ground, appearing as if it's ready to attack, creating a tense and frightening moment. The surprise appearance of the gorilla and its imposing stance understandably scare the men. Gorillas, while generally not aggressive, are incredibly powerful animals and can be unpredictable, especially when they feel their territory is being invaded or threatened. This encounter shows the importance of being cautious and respectful when venturing into such areas. This video, captured by a surveillance camera outside a house at night, shows a mysterious scene. The camera records a figure that appears to be a young woman in a white dress, walking from the corner of the house and heading out of the courtyard. What's particularly intriguing about this figure is its slightly translucent appearance, yet it remains quite visible in the camera's night vision. The image of the woman-like figure, especially her translucent nature, lends an eerie quality to the footage. It raises questions about whether it could be something supernatural or just a trick of the light or camera. For me, seeing something like this on a surveillance video can be quite unsettling, especially at night. This video, captured by a surveillance camera in a child's room at night, reveals an eerie occurrence. We can see a baby sitting awake in the crib. Suddenly, on the other side of the room, a humanoid, translucent figure appears and crosses the space. The figure's ghostly appearance and the way it moves through the room provoke questions about its nature. Is it a ghost? Or could it be a simple glitch in the camera's recording? The image of this translucent figure in a child's room at night is particularly unsettling. The idea that it could be a ghost stirs up feelings of fear and curiosity, especially in such a vulnerable setting. While it's possible that this could be a camera malfunction or an optical illusion, the idea of a ghostly presence can't be easily shaken off. Such footage leaves a lingering sense of unease and wonder about the unexplained phenomena that sometimes occur around us. In this video, a woman in Peru captures a mysterious sight on her camera, zooming in on a mountain's peak. The image is somewhat unclear due to the zoom, but she manages to film several silhouettes atop the mountain. Initially, these figures could be mistaken for humans, but as one of them stands, it becomes evident that they are extraordinarily tall, almost gigantic in stature. The woman filming seems genuinely frightened by these towering figures, but continues to record. The video then splits into two parallel screens, with one side labeling the figures as aliens. One silhouette, particularly slender and towering, stands out prominently on a rock, adding to the mystery. This footage, especially with the suggestion of aliens, leaves a sense of wonder and unease. The height and build of these figures are unlike any typical human, raising questions about their true nature. Were they humans, giants, or something else? In this video, a man in a forest captures a peculiar sight. He zooms in on a strange figure nestled between tree branches. The figure appears black, possibly hairy, with two distinct yellow eyes, and an unnerving smile. The entire video is centered on this enigmatic creature. Throughout the footage, the figure remains eerily stationary, not altering its position, which adds to the unsettling nature of the video. The close-up shot makes it difficult to determine whether this is an animal or something else entirely. The static nature of the figure, coupled with its striking features, creates a sense of unease and mystery. This video leaves a lingering, unsettling feeling, primarily due to the creature's steady, unblinking gaze and peculiar smile. In this gripping video, we follow the perspective of a police officer on a mission in a dark house, accompanied by a colleague. They use flashlights to navigate the dim environment. As they cautiously descend the stairs, a sudden noise, like something falling from a nearby room, startles them.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Right now! Trinidad King 1, did you copy that?
Upon investigating, they find nothing out of the ordinary at first. However, the tension escalates when they enter a room and initially see nothing. But then, chillingly, the figure of a young girl with her face obscured by black hair emerges. The policeman yells for the girl to get on the ground, but what happens next is truly terrifying. In an instant, the girl appears right in front of the policeman and attacks him. Her movements and behavior are far from normal, suggesting something supernatural, more akin to a ghost than a human. This video leaves an unsettling impression. The sudden, inexplicable attack by the girl, who seemed to move supernaturally fast, adds a layer of horror to the situation. In this intriguing underwater video, a man is diving in the sea, capturing footage of marine life. The water's clarity is moderate, allowing a decent view of the fishes and a rock formation he encounters. However, the most captivating moment occurs when he points the camera upwards. There, he captures the silhouette of what appears to be a mermaid swimming above him. The figure's resemblance to a mermaid, with what seems like a tail, creates a sense of wonder and mystery. The idea of seeing a mermaid, a creature of legend and folklore, underwater would be an extraordinary experience. A bright and warm summer day. This poster is enjoying time out in nature, but they are not the only ones soaking up the sunshine. Watch what becomes visible when they spot a shape in the distance. Zooming in with the full capacity of the phone camera, a familiar figure is recorded resting against a tree. Recognize the ape-like features, the color of its fur. Imagine its size if this video was filmed and zoomed in from some distance. Imagine you're hiking through the woods with your dog. Suddenly you become aware that you are not alone. Just beyond, in a clearing through the trees, you spot a large, dark shape resting on a tree stump. In this footage, the poster appears to capture something large, black, and covered in fur. The quality of the video is poor, but a shape is visible, as are its movements for a fraction of a second. Beyond this, it's anyone's guess whether it's Bigfoot or a bear.
He's moving, he's moving, he's moving. Daisy, come here. Daisy, come here.
All we have to go on is the conviction of the poster's claim and the rising fear in his voice as he calls out to his dog. Not all First Nation beliefs around Sasquatch are favorable. Whilst some believe that sightings of Bigfoot bring good luck, members of the Plateau tribes identify Bigfoot as a stick Indian, drawing from a diverse range of potentially hostile beings who stole salmon or confused people by whistling, causing them to get lost. Here, a poster zooms in on a figure spotted in the woods. The large Neanderthal-like creature is studying something intently in the branches of the tree, unaware that it's being filmed. It has been suggested that it is stalking something. Is this an ape filmed from a deceptive angle that makes it look far larger than it is? Or is it a Sasquatch? You be the judge. Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure. But if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are 2 passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? Imagine you're hiking peacefully through a forest, and suddenly you stumble upon a bizarre sight, a massive heap of what seems to be animal carcasses. Yep, that's what this video is all about. Recorded by a curious hiker, it shows a bunch of stuff that sure looks like the remains of animals scattered around. There are ribcage bones and other bits and bobs that make you wonder what in the world happened here. What kind of creature is behind this? It's a bit eerie, no doubt. The hiker in the video is just as puzzled as you might be. The big question is, why are these things here? Some viewers are saying they might be leaves from some exotic tree, just lying around drying out. Also, there are no skulls or anything like that can be spotted in the pile. So I am leaning towards the idea that they're probably just some peculiar tree leaves. However, no matter how you try to rationalize it, it's still pretty creepy. If I stumbled upon something like that during a hike, I might just keel over from the shock. Home security cameras are usually installed to provide a sense of security, assuring us that someone is keeping an eye out. However, when these cameras capture unsettling scenes, they can quickly transform into a source of fear and distress. In a recent video from a home security camera, the backyard of a house is under surveillance. Right from the beginning, a tall, black humanoid figure is seen passing through the yard. The figure possesses an unusually tall body frame, with remarkably long legs. While some viewers might speculate that it's a human dressed in black overalls, the length of the creature's legs raises doubts about its human origin. What adds to the eerie vibe is the apparent avoidance of the camera. As the figure moves, it deliberately glances at the camera, suggesting an awareness of its surveillance. This behavior fuels speculation about potentially sinister and dark motives. This video originates from Provo Canyon, Utah, where a pair of hikers captured footage of what they believe to be the legendary Bigfoot. As they were exploring the woods, they noticed a presence in the distance. Initially, it appeared to be a black bear going about its business behind the trees. However, as the creature stood up, it became clear that it wasn't a bear, but something else entirely. This humanoid figure was covered in dark fur, like a gorilla. The situation took a tense turn when the creature, upon spotting the hikers recording it, became visibly angry and started charging towards them. Faced with this massive creature heading their way, the hikers wisely chose to retreat. Sprinting for their lives. The encounter was both fascinating and frightening, and the creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot. Due to the obstructing trees and branches, a definitive confirmation of its identity remains elusive. This video, shared on Facebook by a user claiming to capture an alien phenomenon, certainly gives off an otherworldly vibe. Upon watching, it appears to show a peculiar flock of birds, forming an unusual shape in the sky. The flock looks dense and saturated, reminiscent of scenes from a horror movie. However, the reality is less extraterrestrial and more a natural phenomenon known as murmuration. What may seem like an alien display is, in fact, a gathering of thousands of starlings engaging in murmuration. During murmuration, these birds create breathtaking shapes in the sky, sometimes resulting in formations that can be quite eerie. Murmuration involves thousands of birds coming together in flight to craft intricate patterns overhead. However, for a child witnessing such a spectacle forming above their home, it's understandable that it might evoke fear and apprehension, perhaps even giving the impression of an apocalyptic event. It's not uncommon for forest trails at night to be the setting for eerie encounters, and this video from India adds another layer to these mysterious tales. As the car travels along a desolate forest trail, the occupants become uneasy after spotting something in the distance. A debate ensues among them, weighing the options of proceeding or turning back. Eventually, they decide to continue, and as they accelerate, the cause of their distress becomes apparent. A tall figure, dressed in white, standing on the trail. The figure, resembling a person draped in a white bedsheet, adds to the suspense due to its height. While there's a possibility that this could be a staged event or prank with someone wearing a white cloth, the genuine fear in the passengers' voices suggests otherwise. The intensity of their argument about whether to approach or retreat indicates a level of authenticity. Videos like these showcase the protective instincts of dogs, making them appealing choices for companionship. We see the shop owner face a potentially dangerous situation as a robber with a gun follows him back inside. To the surprise of the robber, a large dog, unnoticed until then, attacks and confronts him. The brave dog's intervention gives the shop owner an opportunity to counteract the threat. Together, the dog and the owner chase the robber, successfully disarming him. The dog continues to defend its owner by keeping the intruder at bay. This courageous display not only highlights the loyalty and protective nature of dogs, but also the strong bond between them and their owners. If you're considering adopting a dog, stories like these suggest that they can be not only loving companions, but also effective protectors. Just imagine having a furry friend by your side, ready to ward off raccoons or any other potential threats in your backyard. As children, many of us believed in the enchanting idea of mermaids, but as we grew older, we realized they were nothing more than fantasy. However, this video from the internet is raising some eyebrows and reigniting those childhood concerns. This footage was captured by a crew aboard a submersible on a research mission in the depths of the Greenland Sea. Multiple crew members were on board, recording their surroundings when suddenly, one of the cameras captured a massive fish-like hand, pressing against the glass of the submersible. The crew was startled by this unexpected encounter as the hand slammed against the glass with surprising force. The outline of the creature resembles that of a humanoid fish, leaving the crew and viewers alike bewildered. The footage was even reviewed by experts featured on an Animal Planet show, who specialize in documenting marine life. They were also in shock. They suggested that this could indeed be a sighting of a mermaid in the deep ocean, and the possibility sent shivers down many spines. If this footage is authentic, and it truly depicts a mermaid, it's safe to say that my childhood image of these mythical beings has taken quite a spooky turn. This next clip is one of those that makes you hope it's just a clever computer-generated imagery creation. Because if it's real, the world suddenly becomes a much scarier place to live in. Yeah, that's not from some monster movie. It's a real clip from Russia. In the video, we see a building at nighttime with apartment lights shining through. Suddenly, something incredibly eerie unfolds. A massive spider-like creature begins descending the building's wall, just like you'd see spiders do. This creature is huge, with long, spindly legs and arms. It moves along the wall, peering into apartment windows, before vanishing into the darkness, leaving viewers unsettled and alarmed. Some who've seen the video are suggesting it's Slender Man. But to me, it looks more like a colossal human spider hybrid. The big question here, is this footage genuine or just computer-generated imagery creation? Personally, I'm really hoping it's the latter. Another wild video from Russia gives us a glimpse of what seems like an apocalyptic event unfolding in the sky. This jaw-dropping scene was captured by multiple car dash cameras back in 2014, as the cars peacefully cruise along the road at night. Suddenly, the sky erupts into a blinding explosion of light, illuminating the darkness as if it were day for a fleeting moment. This surreal event was so intense that it even turned night into day in some shots from different car cameras. Turns out, this dazzling display was likely caused by a meteor streaking across the sky. Meteors cause those quick flashes of light we see when space rocks burn up upon entering Earth's atmosphere at incredible speeds. It all happens so fast that you could blink and miss it. But let's be real. If I were driving down that road at that moment, I'd probably be questioning whether it was the end of days. Nature never fails to surprise us with its weird and wonderful creations. Take, for instance, this bizarre creature captured in the video. An Indian gardener stumbled upon this bizarre sunflower-shaped creature in one of his flower pots, and he wasted no time in recording it. As he holds it up, the creature indeed resembles a flower, with petals protruding from its edges. Also, right in the center, it appears to have a mouth, and what could be a rear end, while the rest of its body is covered in hair like tentacles. However, I can't help but feel a bit skeptical about this video. There's no movement shown, leaving me wondering if it's a living being or just a well-crafted prop. It's also possible it's some rare flower mutation, but hey, there's always that slim chance it's an alien life form. Who knows? It's like it's playing hide and seek, especially as the man handles it with his bare hands. This next video from YouTube gives you a glimpse into the mesmerizing sight of a horseshoe crab in motion. It's quite the spectacle, albeit a tad gross. This video was taken by a visitor on a beach who stumbled upon this horseshoe crab washed up in the sand. As the crab made its way across the beach, leaving a trail of sand behind it, the camera person realized it was actually walking. The crab lifts its weird-looking body up and then uses its tiny legs underneath to shuffle along the sand. It takes these tiny steps, moving pretty slowly. It's like a slow-motion parade, with each step carefully taken, almost as if it's savoring every moment on the sandy shores. Trust me, it's not something you see every day. For years, people have been thinking that Bigfoots only belong to the world of myths. But as this clip was recorded by a camera and later uploaded on YouTube, it had everyone wondering if the Bigfoots were actually real. The clip shows a dark creature in the middle of the night coming so close to the window and sneaking a peek inside. The small eyes, the big head, and the dark skin covered with hair make it perfectly fit the definition of a Bigfoot. According to the owner of the house, this was the first and the last time that they spotted the creature, and they were so shocked by what they were seeing that they couldn't get out of the house the whole night, thinking it would still be nearby. I have to say that the eyes of the creature are something which gives it such a realistic look. It might be the real deal. But I do have to wonder, how come someone just happened to have a camera recording at just the right time? Was the owner sure that someone is watching them and left a camera recording? Recorded somewhere in Russia, this 15 seconds long video gave the world another concrete evidence of the existence of the creatures known as Bigfoots. The man who recorded it all said it was the most terrifying experience of his whole life. He was on his way to collect some wood logs when he started hearing heavy footsteps nearby. Scared, he hid behind the tree waiting to see what it was, and this is what he recorded: a gigantic creature walking not so far from the man in the woods. Unlike the previous clip, this creature had rather brownish hair on its body, or it could be due to the trees which it was behind. The creature had a man-like appearance and walk, but was too huge to be one, making us all think it was a Bigfoot. It wouldn't be possible for an average human to look this gigantic. Could this be a costume made this way? Or is this the real deal? What do you think? This picture was captured in June 2021 and features an octopus with a lot more legs than one would expect. After all, the name octopus comes from octo, meaning 8. Titled as the mutant octopus, the photograph went viral over the internet, where everyone had their own theories as to what could have exactly happened to this octopus. For some, it was due to humans dumping toxic wastes into the water that has caused this animal a mutation and ruined its life. And for others, it was a result of a random mutation. However, with no response from the experts, nothing could be said for sure. But I do have to wonder, deep in the dark oceans, are there any gigantic creatures with so many tentacles? Known as the night crawlers, or also the cryptids, creatures of Mexican folklore, have gained so much popularity online that it's joined the ranks of Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Mothman. And this clip records not just one, but 2 of these descending down a hill. Fortunately, captured by a camera mounted nearby in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. When uploaded on the internet, this clip had everyone in shock and wondering if the night crawlers were actually real. This video is what sparked the rise of speculation over the cryptid, inspiring many people on YouTube to discuss legend. To some, the video looked real, and to others, it looked edited and altered for the sole purpose of pranking others. To me, the video looks like an edited one, but if you consider it being so old, editing of the clips was not as efficient as it is now, so that would mean there is a little chance of it being real too. These 3 friends were on their way in the middle of the night when they spotted someone walking by the roadside. As they drove past him, it took them seconds to realize it wasn't a real man. According to one of the friends, it could be a hitchhiker, but the way it walked and the way his head was not so symmetrical, and his appearance. They could tell it was not a normal person. Plus, what would someone be doing in the middle of the night, right? He wasn't even signaling them to stop. He just kept walking the creepiest way possible. Moreover, take a look at his legs. They look all twisted, but he does not indicate to struggle walking. So to have another look, they turned the car around and went towards the same route to see who he was, but to their surprise, there was no sign of a human being there at all, leaving them scared and shocked by what they had just witnessed. According to many people, it could be a shapeshifter in the form of a hitchhiker looking for people who stop to give a lift and become his victims. And I cannot agree more. Recorded by a security camera in 2021, this clip recorded a family coming back from somewhere and going inside their house after locking the gate and everything. As they are inside, moments pass and we see a big bear and a small one taking a stroll on the same path and going down the hill just from where the family came. Everything appears to be normal until now, with no sign of any kind of chaos or anything. But after a few minutes, the woman comes out of the house with a bag in her hand and goes down the hill where the bears just went to. And as expected, she comes running back towards the house and somehow manages to lock the door and get inside the house safely, just as the bears are about to reach her. Thankfully, this did not end up as a tragedy, but a close call only. Recorded in 2014, in a mortuary, this clip terrified anyone and everyone who saw it. As soon as it was uploaded on YouTube, it gained thousands of views, scaring everyone to the core. And I don't blame them. Even to me, it looks quite scary. With the dead body of a person left behind, it can be very clearly seen how his soul left his body. While to some people, it was just an edited video, and there was nothing real about it. To others, it was the ultimate proof of the existence of the soul and the afterlife. A wildlife enthusiast in Vancouver, in British Columbia, decided to set up a trail camera to investigate a deer carcass to see if it would attract any animals at nighttime, just yards from her house, only to find this terrifying picture. The wildlife cam reveals two scantily clad women squatting beside the carcass. Their faces are covered with long black hair. What's really horrifying is one of the women seems to be reaching for the carcass with long webbed fingers. These pictures have caused a wave of speculation, and even some have suggested that it could be witches, or even worse, walking demons. Were they feasting on the carcass? The picture becomes more sinister when we spot a man's boot next to one of the women. Although the man's upper body can't be seen, it is weird that he is there. What could be his association with the two uncanny women? Could it be that the women were being forced to do this by that man? Or could the man be one of them and also wouldn't mind taking a bite? When I saw the boots of the man surrounded by these crazy women, I could only think of the ritualistic cult of Charles Manson. Is this something similar in our days? A TikToker who posts videos of strange events happening around her home was startled at the sound she heard while putting her chicks away in the pen.
What the fuck?
The sound coming from the forest was like an animal's cry for help. And so she shined her torchlight into the woods while recording. She captures a white figure next to a tree. At first glance, it wasn't there, but when she circled back to look in the same direction, her camera was able to capture a thin white figure at the left side of a tree. The strangest thing was that the figure disappeared after being out of the camera's recording range. Could it be that the mysterious white figure was making those eerie sounds in the forest? Or could it have scared an animal in the woods and caused it to make the bizarre sound? On a clear day, a man happens to capture what looks like Bigfoot casually walking out through a small clearing of a forest and back into the woods. The creature's features may prove it to be Bigfoot, as it walks on twos and appears much more prominent than the average human height. Its arms extend downwards below the waistline and seem to have a thick coat of brown fur. The video quality isn't as clear and makes it hard to make out what the face looks like, but its tall, towering stature, long ape-like arms, and the appearance of thick fur could be an indication of the existence of the cryptid Bigfoot. A woman enjoying the comfort of her home on a sofa happens to see something strange at the window right next to her door that sends chills down her spine. A dark figure appears at the window, also captures the attention of two of her dogs, who stare at the door, putting the lady's nerves on edge. She starts to record it, and the dark figure disappears after some time. The dogs disperse, notifying the lady that the supposed danger that appeared on her door may be gone, but it leaves the lady puzzled as to what this figure could be, and its intentions. For all we know, it could be a shadow of a harmless animal walking around and happening to wind up at her front door, or maybe something sinister could be lurking around stalking on the house residents. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? In this video, a woman is walking through the woods, possibly in search of her lost pet. As she films her surroundings, something unexpected catches her eye.
Oh my gosh!
She spots a large, black, hairy creature moving swiftly behind the trees. Its appearance and movement closely resemble what many would describe as Bigfoot. The suddenness of the creature's appearance and its quick disappearance behind the trees add an element of mystery and intrigue to the video. The woman's surprise is not all that enthusiastic. I would for sure be shivering if I spot something like this, but I lean more on this footage being fake. Someone in a costume ready to jump in front of their friend while filming. Do you agree? This intriguing video comes from a trail camera positioned in a snowy winter woodland. All seems quiet and calm for a while. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by the appearance of a large creature with wild brown hair, walking on 2 feet. It moves with a deliberate humanoid gait, passing right in front of the camera. The creature closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. The sight of such a creature in this wintry forest landscape is both captivating and bewildering. It raises the question, could this actually be the elusive Bigfoot often spoken of, but rarely seen? I have to say that the quality of the video is very poor, so I can't make out any features or details. The only thing I can see clearly is its walking, which looks very human. In this intriguing video, people are filming from a bridge, capturing the serene scene of water below, illuminated by the lights reflecting from nearby restaurants. The atmosphere is calm until something unexpected and astonishing happens. From beneath the bridge emerges a massive, strange-looking creature crossing the water. It's notable for its unusual shape and a particularly elongated neck. Unlike any typical aquatic animal, the creature's appearance in the water is so unusual, and I am not sure what this is. It might be a seal that comes very close, and from the weird lighting, it makes it look like it has an elongated neck. Do you agree? In this video, a man ventures into the woods at night, his only source of light being a flashlight. The darkness adds a sense of mystery to his surroundings. As he walks, he films his journey, capturing the eerie quiet of the nocturnal forest. When he points his camera towards a tree, an unexpected sight appears. A humanoid creature, partially hidden behind the tree, seems to be watching him. Combining it with where they are and at what time makes it a truly nightmare story. Is it a person, perhaps another night wanderer, that tried to scare them with a costume? Or something more mysterious and unexplained? Could it be the rake, considering making these guys one of its snacks? In this intriguing video, somewhere out in Russia, a man is out in the woods during the day with his kid, enjoying the natural surroundings. While filming their adventure, he unexpectedly captures something remarkable on camera. Behind the trees, a large, hairy creature can be seen running. It's huge and notably runs on 2 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to what many people would identify as Bigfoot or a really giant rake. The creature's size and bipedal movement are particularly noteworthy. They are human-like sprints, but also have something animalistic about them, something that will surely scare you to the core if you encountered it. From my perspective, while the footage is fascinating and the possibility of a Bigfoot or rake sighting is thrilling, it's also likely that there could be a more practical explanation. Could this video be fake? This terrifying clip was recorded somewhere in India when a group of men in a car spotted something nearby in the bushes and decided to stop and capture it on the camera. At first, everything seems pretty normal, but then just after a second, a head appears from behind the bushes, and we can clearly see that it was a wild animal waiting to pounce upon the first thing that passes closer by it. Not long after, a bike with 2 men on it happened to pass by with a closer distance, and the tiger, which was hiding, saw it as the best opportunity and attacked. Luckily, however, the tiger couldn't get to even touch them, and it kept running and went into the darkness again. Roads and highways like these have always been dangerous, especially at night when it gets hard to spot the danger nearby. Therefore, we all need to be very careful, at least when passing by these places. Recorded somewhere in Utah, this clip shows something that shocked every person who saw it. As they were on their way home, they spotted a huge being roaming around somewhat closer to where they were. So the person stopped the car and recorded the whole unusual scene on camera. If we talk about it, we can see that not only were the arms way too long to be a human being, but the head appeared to be sitting very low on the shoulders, as in, it was a very short neck or forward sitting head. Also, the head appeared small compared to the torso. This is commonly reported about the creatures known as Sasquatch, also noted high knee bend, when it is more profiled to the camera. So yes, it has all the characteristics of a Sasquatch. Size, coloration, stride, long arm swing. But truth be told, I cannot really tell. The video surely does not appear to be edited or altered, so yes, there is a bit of a chance that it might actually be real. This video was captured by someone who went into the deep, dark woods right in the middle of the night and the reason behind them deciding to do so still remains unknown. Why would a person decide to roam into the dangerous wild specifically at the time when it is most dangerous and deadly? Upon wandering around a little, the man discovered something that surely sent shivers down his spine. Right above the tree were two glowing eyes staring right into the man's soul. The eyes were there for a few seconds before disappearing behind the tree, leaving the man shocked and eager to leave as soon as he could. Ask me, and I'd say it was a stupid thing to go there all alone because we can never know what lurks in the darkness there. And to me, the eyes look very real, though they could easily just belong to a wild animal glowing due to the flashlight. Just like the man in the previous clip, this one is also venturing around in the forest, right in the middle of the night. With a flashlight on and a camera recording, he looks here and there as if looking for something. And his quest for the unknown comes to the very end, when he sees a woman in a white dress walking right in the middle of the path he was on. The scene was terrifying enough to even make a grown man scared. The woman appeared to be a little distance away and was walking away from the man, or maybe even floating away from the man, because the motion did not look like someone walking to me. Her dress and her whole self were more transparent, which gave the man an idea that it definitely being a ghost. Even though the video ended right there, let's just think that he decided to run as fast as he could. For me, it could easily be CG, created to scare the people on the internet. But if it isn't, then God save us all. A man mounted on a tree stand looking for some bears or deer nearby recorded a sight he had never imagined. At first, it just looked like a shadow moving behind the woods, and the man thought it must be a bear. So he kept his focus on the thing and waited for it to come out into a more clear area. But as the creature kept moving, the man could see that unlike a bear, the creature was walking on two legs, just like a human would. Seconds into recording it, the man became sure that it was not a usual wild animal that he had just spotted. So after the creature was gone, the man rushed to his home and uploaded the clip on YouTube, where of course the first response he got was of the creature being a Bigfoot. From where I am seeing, it does look like a Bigfoot and closely resembles the characteristics. Unless and until it was someone with a costume on. A young girl was out on a drive with her mother and was busy recording the sunset that she found really pretty. However, seconds into the recording, she spotted something that shocked her, and she couldn't help asking her mother what exactly it was that she just spotted.
What was that?
For a second, from the bushes emerged a dark figure, and it looked as if it was trying to move around, or maybe trying to follow them. Thankfully, the mother did not stop the car, and kept driving because it could have been a dangerous situation if she had stopped the car, where many people claim it to be a Bigfoot hiding in the bushes. For me, it could easily be a creepy man dressed in dark clothes with dangerous intentions. Going out in the wild in a car can be so fun until you encounter something that looked like it is straight out to some Jurassic Park movie. These men were out on an adventure when, at first, they saw several obstacles in the form of tree branches placed on the road to block the way, but the men did not pay much attention and kept moving on until one of them accidentally recorded a creature running in the wild pretty close to them and in the same direction they were headed. It looked like the creature was trying to catch up to their speed, and maybe then it planned to attack. The video stops there, but according to the men, they turned around and came back as soon as they could. Now, the area being completely remote, it is hard for a human to be there, and considering the appearance, it looked exactly like a Bigfoot. But was it real? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. A group of men in Texas have dedicated their whole lives to the sole purpose of proving that Bigfoots are real. They venture into the woods, setting up cameras and collecting as much proof as they can. A couple of months ago, when they thought they had enough proof, they held a press conference and decided to tell the whole world that what we all think of as belonging to mythical stories is actually the truth. That Bigfoot is as real as us humans and other animals. They recorded a clip from a night vision camera, and it can be seen walking around in the woods. And this wasn't all. They even had a clip which they claimed to be of a sleeping Bigfoot right in the middle of the woods during daytime. According to them, Bigfoots are shy creatures, therefore we don't get to see them often. But that does not mean they are not real. Personally, with so much proof, there is a chance that these men might be right. But there is always a doubt, you know. What if those are all fake? This clip was recorded by two friends who were coming back from their mission of collecting some wood logs and were recording themselves carrying all that weight. As the man opened the front camera, intending to record himself and the friend walking behind him, that's when we see a weird creature quickly walking right behind them. It crossed the path and disappeared into the trees, leaving the guy shocked, unable to believe what he had just witnessed. By the appearance, the creature did not look like it was a human. It had dark black skin and was walking very quickly and in a weird manner. According to the men, they had never seen anything like that in the area ever before. But to me, it just looks like a kid with costume on trying to play a prank on them. In an eerie forest, an unsettling video captured the elusive Bigfoot almost running towards somewhere, as if trying to run away from the eyes of humans or from some other danger unknown to us. Its form, almost humanoid yet unlike a human at the same time, had massive hands and feet that dwarfed any human. Mysterious and enigmatic, this creature defied easy classification, sending shivers down the spine. With swift, almost ghostly speed, it moved through the trees and the bushes, leaving an unsettling sense of awe and fear in its wake. The encounter left everyone on YouTube questioning the unknown and the chilling possibility of creatures that exist beyond our comprehension. Truth be told, even though many say that it could be a Bigfoot, for me, it could easily be a human which appears to be like this because of the camera being too far from him. When a man went for a hunting spree in the woods in the middle of the night, he had no idea about what was coming next. Minutes walking into the darkness, he saw something creepy right in front of him. A pair of large glowing eyes were staring right at him from a distance. The man, though scared, continued to record what was happening. According to him, the area was remote and only goes downhill from the spot he was standing on. Therefore, whoever was there staring at him must be really huge to be that visible from that distance. After waiting for a minute, the man decided to shoot in that direction, which made the creature run out of fear.
What do we do? Oh.
And that's when we got a little glimpse of it. But even after zooming it, slowing it down, and stabilizing it, I cannot make out what the creature looked like. It was too dark, and the creature was too fast to be properly captured on the camera. So, I cannot exactly say what it was. Could be an animal or could be something else too. I've found this image online, with the user claiming they have captured this on trail camera. It is no question what the first thought anyone would have. That is the face of the legendary Bigfoot. Its face fully covered in brown hair, a large nose, perhaps for a body just as big. On the other hand, its eyes seem to convey also a gentleness. Could this image be real or fake? Is it the real face of the legendary creature? A large and ominous-looking predator emerges from the right into the camera frame. moving almost too quickly to focus on it, disappears in seconds from view. A chance encounter of a lifetime occurs when this person captures what appears to be a creature of legend known as the MlzmLndmCIA or snowman of the Caucasus. This cousin to Bigfoot and the Yeti is believed to roam the Caucasian wilds. Approximately 6 feet tall with red or black fur, the creature is believed to have slanted eyes that glow red in the dark. In a strange bounding leaping gait, it proceeds to tear through the forest as if in pursuit of something we cannot see. The cameraman manages to capture a clear glimpse of it just before it disappears. These mysterious beasts can move at 37 miles per hour and resemble something between an ape and a Neanderthal. Watch as the creature almost jumps from one step to another. Had this unsuspecting voyeur been spotted, it would be unlikely that they'd manage to escape at the pace the creature is able to pursue its prey. A man films a live video of himself walking around a seemingly deserted ship deck at night. No sooner has he started filming when his eyes grow wide with surprise. He turns the phone camera to the water, and it takes a moment to realize that we aren't seeing something but hearing it. At first, it sounds like the wail of a child in the distance, but with every repeated sound, it becomes something far more abstract and eerie.
I hear him. Where's he at? What the fuck is that noise?
He breaks into a run, moving to the hull of the ship to get closer to the sound. This time, a distinct series of calls are heard coming from the darkness beyond. Something or someone throws its voice as if responding to him.
That's crazy.
Later, he posts a replay of his live video, calling out to the voice. A clear response is heard from the distance as he balances precariously to get as close to the sound as possible.
Can you hear me? Yo, that shit was instantaneous, bro. Oh, I gotta watch my step out here, man.
Listen to its distinct call, just a second before he calls out again to it.
Where are you? Oh, that's over here. Wait, no, now it's there.
The voice appears to be coming from two places at once. What is this strange call? There does not appear to be another boat in close proximity. Could it be a ghost from some long, forgotten shipwreck? Or the mythical mermaid, like sirens who lured sailors with their haunting song, only to have them drown when their boats capsized on the rocks? This video comes from Reddit and was recorded by a family visiting their grandma's old abandoned home, where they found something really disturbing and unsettling. In the video, the husband, who is the camera person, is exploring the attic. While exploring, he hears a loud noise coming from the nearby boxes, which startles him. His wife calls him to come down quickly, as she is also getting scared. The man rushes down the attic ladder and hands the camera to his wife. However, as he descends the ladder, the camera captures a terrifying figure peeking its head from the attic entrance. This figure looks like a hairless, naked humanoid person. They quickly close the attic door, and the video ends. It's a really scary scene, and my advice to this couple is to sell the grandma's home at a discounted rate, because it's not worth living with that humanoid thing there. Imagine being stalked by something that you don't even know what it is. This unfortunate homeowner experienced exactly the same scenario. In this video, we see the homeowner recording his backyard through the window, while talking to someone named Mike on the phone.
We're back in the weeds?
Yeah, like it knows something's going on. I got it now. I got on tape.
He is telling Mike that there is some figure in his backyard, and it's stalking him. Suddenly, the figure comes close, and we can see its eerie appearance. Its body is fully white, and its hands move in a strange way. Seeing this stalker, the homeowner becomes more fearful and talks to Mike in a really scared tone.
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh. This thing is looking weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Watching this video, I know you have a question in your mind. Why didn't the homeowner call the police? He did call the police multiple times and filed multiple police reports, but nothing happened as the police thought he was crazy. To me, this video looks real, as we can clearly hear the fear in the homeowner's voice when he sees this creepy stalker. This video is from India, where some bikers recorded an unknown creature walking down an empty road in the middle of the night. This creature looks humanoid, both in its posture and walk, but the weird thing about this creature is that its skin is pale white. Also, there's something about its head and facial features that makes it super unsettling to me. The bikers are also a bit hesitant and scared to cross because of this creature ahead. There can be a logical explanation for this video. It could be fake, and the unknown creature is a human wearing a mask. But again, why would they walk on an empty road in the middle of the night to scare off bikers? Why wouldn't they try it in the city or a nearby village? What do you think about this encounter? This video is from Russia and captures the sighting of a creature that resembles the appearance of a Bigfoot. In the video, we see a view of tall woods. However, when the camera pans towards an uphill area, we see a creature hiding instantly seeing the camera. On reviewing and slowing down the video, we can see that this creature has a massive body frame, and its body looks like it is covered in thick fur. Also, this creature's head shape and body structure look too humanoid, resembling those of the legendary Bigfoot. What really creeps me out is that the Bigfoot seems to be stalking the cameraman, and as soon as the camera pans towards it, it tries to hide. I don't know what this Bigfoot's motives were, but I'm sure they weren't pleasant. This video was recorded by a hiker in the boreal forest region of Canada, and during his hike, he felt an unsettling sensation of being watched. The hiker then pans his camera around to capture the surroundings, but he notices something in the distance. Zooming in on the mysterious figure, he realizes it's looking directly back at him. At first, the figure appears to be covered in black fur and resembles a bear. However, upon closer inspection, the creature has a humanoid head, akin to an ape or a gorilla. Given that there are no apes or gorillas in Canada, the identity of this creature remains a mystery. I believe it could be a young Bigfoot, judging by its height compared to the surrounding trees. Regardless of its age, the hiker might have been in a precarious situation at that moment. Venturing into the woods for a cozy and refreshing forest adventure, most hikers expect to encounter deer and other typical wildlife. However, there's always the chance of stumbling upon something like this. In this video recorded in the woods of Tennessee, we see a scene of dense trees with fencing in the foreground. Amidst the trees, a dark and eerie figure is standing. The entire 1 minute and 27-second clip captures this creature just staring at the camera without any movement. The creature's motionless demeanor led me to speculate that it could be the remains of a burned tree, taking on this peculiar humanoid shape. What are your thoughts on this? This video was uploaded on Facebook, by a user claiming to have captured the sighting of a real Bigfoot during their hiking adventure. In the video, we see a view of a forest, and we can also hear the uploader behind the camera. In the distance, there is something moving.
I'm positive it's a Bigfoot, I think.
The cameraman is convinced that it's the legendary Bigfoot because of its appearance, fitting the description of a Bigfoot. The Bigfoot is casually strolling through the woods without any worries. Appearance-wise, this creature has a massive body frame with really big legs, and its walking posture is humanoid, although a bit too much. To me, this video looks kind of fake, because after a few seconds, the Bigfoot starts walking strangely. And I think it was a person in a Bigfoot costume doing a skit, and the camera person was in on it. A group of tourists were stunned when they saw a crocodile that they had never seen before. This crocodile looked normal at first, but when it came close to the camera, we could see that it was missing its right front leg. Despite not having a leg, this crocodile was really fast and instantly dove into the mud, swimming with ease. There was nothing unusual or mysterious about this crocodile, but it was really fascinating to see the crocodile functioning normally even with a missing leg. It sprinted like a normal crocodile would, maintaining the same speed and technique. However, what bothers me here is how this ferocious creature lost its leg. Was it another crocodile, or was it something else far worse and scary in the water that did it? This man heard something was on his roof, making noises and moving around. Although he was a bit scared, he went outside trying to get rid of it, thinking it must be a large bird or a lost cat. But he was not prepared for what he is about to see.
Okay. Get the other side. Oh, damn!
Once he looks on top of his house, he can see a pair of glowing eyes staring at him, while also hiding behind the roof.
Holy shit, alright. Son of a bitch is one on the other side of the house.
But once he gets to the other side of the house to see the creature better, he sees only a terrifying sight.
What the hell? Where'd it go? What is that?
What exactly did this man catch on camera on top of his house? Was it perhaps an owl that seems creepier than usual? Or was it some kind of cryptid? Considering the carcass it left behind, it seems really terrifying and likely that it was something out of the ordinary. These videos that I am about to show you come from Scott Carpenter, and he is certain that in the area where he lives, there lives at least one Bigfoot, but he is stranger than any one Bigfoot you've seen. He claims that this Bigfoot is a completely white one, and he has some evidence to show for that claim. He traversed the forests and took recordings of every journey, and with more long hours of going through every footage and enhancing it, he has found some strange sightings of something that's been stalking him all throughout his journey. He has spotted many times a white figure trying to hide near bushes or trees, while keeping a close eye on his movements. Scott's cameras managed to pick up multiple occurrences of this, but one of the best sights he caught was the creature's face. We can see the special color of the creature, which I am guessing isn't helping it hide at all in a green forest. But the creature also seems strangely creepy and cautious at the same time, as if he is fearing Scott. Could this be a mutation of the known Bigfoot creature? A mutation that made it completely white? This security footage was taken by someone who set up these cameras because they believe the house is haunted and wanted proof of that. And as you are about to see in this clip, the house certainly is haunted. We can see the woman sleeping in her room, everything starting out normal, But just a bit past 8 p.m., we can see the door of a small cabinet opening on its own. Soon after, the light inside it starts going on and off. But creepier, the stand near her bed seems to move slowly, to a point where it hits the bed, as if to wake her up. Once she wakes up thinking she heard something, she calls after someone in the house, who immediately comes to comfort her.
Honey?
They go back into the room to check again, knowing something is not right, but decide they do not want to stay in that room any longer. But just a few seconds after they leave, this happens. The footage ends there, but we can all say with certainty, something is wrong in that house. Could it be a poltergeist playing with them? This security footage caught a creepy sight. It seems to be placed in a house under construction, perhaps to see if anyone comes to steal any of the building materials. But as soon as this clip starts, we can see something coming out of the next room. It looks like the shadow of a man that is walking slowly, heading towards the next room. I am not sure whether it is the way the camera is set up, but the figure seems incredibly large, almost reaching the height of that tall door. It is truly a creepy sight. What exactly could it be? Is this some kind of a shadow ghost? Or is it just some flickering of the camera that created a creepy glitch on the screen? For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.